Welcome everybody to the Super Investor Meeting, the Investor Game Day podcast over here off of 59 Stampede, Houston. I'm with my good buddy, the owner, the founder, the master, the legend of Houston real estate, Eddie Gantz.
Well, I don't know I can quite tote that load, but
whatever.
I do all right.
Whatever.
I do all right on a good day.
So you are trying to catch your tail these days.
Man, it just feels like it's a whirlwind every day. It's just, it was 1999 and I woke up this morning, it was 2021. And I know that's kind of a little bit of a play on words, but it ain't too far from the truth, to be honest with you. It just seems like every day is just a whirlwind.
What's taking away majority of your day-to-day?
What you mean, where do I spend my time?
Yeah.
Well, I have to split it up amongst companies.
Right.
But if I had to pinpoint one thing that I spend a lot of time on is our volume at Jet Lending is way up. And every file, right or wrong, in the process, every file flows through my hands at some point in time to approve it. So it's probably my eyeballs going onto the Jet Lending file to approve it or not approve it or adjust the loan amount in some ways where it's a safe loan for us.
Give everybody an idea of something other than a factor other than pricing that you would cut a property and say, hey, we don't really want to lend on this one.
Yeah, I'll tell you a real easy one. When I look at the interior photos, I see there's no carpet. And then I look closer, all the baseboards are rotten. And I look closer and the bottoms of all the doors are peeling. And then I go back out to the exterior pictures and I notice the ground line is above the slab line. The soil is above there. And then I back off a little bit more and you can see the slope of the land is back toward the house and the soil line is already over the foundation. Go back to the interior photos and everything's rotten. Water's getting in the house and you can't keep it out. And I bet we had 2 of those last month. I just said, guys, we can't do this deal. The water's getting in this house every time it rains.
Are you nice about it? Or are you just pretty direct and me like, hey, sorry, boom?
I can be nice and direct at the same time, I think. And I'd say that would be pretty accurate with me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty direct with the loan officers. If I talk to the client, which I don't mind and I will if the loan officers want me to, I'm direct but very professional and sympathetic and just explain to them. And the way to end is don't get mad at me because I'm not doing this deal. Later you'll thank me for not doing this deal. This is a deal that puts you out of business.
Right.
This is a deal that will hurt you. This would be more than a flesh wound if you do this deal. And how do I know that?
Experience. That's the reason you're bold.
I've made that mistake.
Yeah.
You buy a house that every time you have a heavy thunderstorm roll through, this is not from rising stream, rising ditches, rising street water. This is groundwater running off the roof, raining into the yard and coming into the house. And it's just economically, it's almost unfixable. I mean, you can fix it, but the key word there is economically fix it. It's not worth it.
Okay.
So that's an example. We see them.
Right. Mm-hmm. I am super jealous of you and about 14 other people because y'all's asses went out deep sea fishing.
Y'all didn't go.
Y'all didn't? You didn't go this time? Well, then we're both jealous.
Hold on. Let me tell you what happened.
Tell me.
I got sick 2 weeks ago tomorrow night. It's not a fake cough. Respiratory infection, not COVID. I've been tested 7 times, I think it is, for COVID. Negative every time. So I came down with this crud in my chest.
Even COVID doesn't want to be with you.
No fever, just the honestly, the nasty stuff in your sinuses and drainage. I hate to say that, but I went down there Thursday night. Okay. And I spent the night down there where everybody was staying. And I told them all, I don't feel good. I still don't feel good. That's what I was saying. I said, I'm down here. I'm gonna, here you go, bud.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get up in the morning at 4:30 with all y'all, and I'm a game time decision. And I got up the next morning at 4:30, hadn't hardly slept all night, been coughing all night. And I told them,
See ya.
see ya. And this we
Where do y'all go?
Surfside,
Okay.
which is basically Freeport almost, you know.
Did y'all stay at one of the Airbnbs?
We did.
With Jason
We did.
in them?
Yeah, we did.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
So I went back to bed for a couple hours, and I drove all the way to the office in
Yeah.
North Houston, worked 4 hours, drove back down there when the boat was coming in, was right there, and, you know, got to partake in all the pictures and the cleaning of the fish and putting the fish in the coolers and taking
Yeah.
the fish. So I went back down there. But
So-
I worked for 4 hours in the middle while they were all fishing.
When did this start? How did the idea come to you? And how do people qualify to be able to go on to one of those?
Well, you got to be doing business with Jet Lending. You
Of
got
course.
to be doing loans with us.
Yes.
And it's just kind of a, you know, we just start picking people at random, and when we get to about 16 people, we got to shut it off. You know, the boat holds 16, and you think about that ain't a lot of people, but that's a big boat to hold 16 people
Yeah.
fishing now.
Yeah.
Plus, you got 3 crewmen on there. It started 6-7 years ago, and we've been with the same captain every time, Action Charters. And the other day, this trip the other day is the first time in 6 or 7 trips he's not filled the boat up. They had a good catch, but they didn't fill that boat up. Nothing like we have in the past.
Did he say why? Did he give like an inkling as
Probably the biggest deal was they limited out on snapper and big snapper, but they didn't. Once he limits out on snapper, he goes to the kingfish, and we've always limited out on kingfish. They caught 4 that they kept the other day, but that's all. I mean, that's 30. That's 30 something more fish just in kingfish.
And so when you go to this, the people get to bring home the fish that they catch, or y'all divide it up?
The captain
equally?
cleans it all.
Wow.
He cleans it all right there. The captain and his crew bags it all up.
That's such a great deal to do for your clients, man.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
a fun day. It's a long day. It's not a hangover day. You don't party the night before. I did it one time and learned my lesson.
Do you take Dramamine or anything when you go out?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I've never been seasick. Now, the other day they had 4 and 5 foot seas. A good many of the guys on the boat got sick. I don't know what it is about my body chemistry. I've been in 20-foot seas twice. Not even nothing for me. I mean, it don't bother me at all. It's just your body chemistry. I've never been seasick. Now, I may have gotten it the other day if I went, but I didn't go.
6 days from now, I will be in the middle of some ocean, Pacific Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Cabo.
Are you? Okay.
Doing deep sea fishing there.
Yeah. I've been invited to go to Cancun this fall.
And
I've never been.
Why not? This
Why
will be
not?
great. Why haven't you never been?
Didn't have enough money to go.
Oh,
I mean, shit, I can't afford it.
Oh,
Work all the damn time. What?
This is a lie. This guy-
That stuff's expensive, man.
How's
How's
your-
work?
How's your chicken nuggets and chicken wings going?
Well, good with an asterisk.
Okay.
Dude, we're having labor problems.
Oh man.
Can't keep them staffed. We had to shut one of our dining rooms down this week. We're
And
back
just
to
go-
drive-through only on one of the stores. We didn't have enough staff,
Wow.
so we're struggling on staff. We've had to raise our hourly rate and still can't keep them staffed. It's tough.
So let's go back to your favorite thing to talk about every time we come here.
Mhm.
Let's talk the numbers, MLS.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the actives, not pendings, not continues, active.
14,000 yesterday. 14,300, I think it was. That's up. That's grown by almost 4,000 in the last month. So we bottomed out at 10.5. That's where we bottomed out.
Eddie's going to be on tonight doing hosting a panel of people. Jason's going to be on. There's several other people, Johnny Hayes, John Ernst, Elijah, and my next guest, Rich Drake.
Yeah.
Eddie,
Y'all need to get down here if y'all watching this at home.
59 Stampede
This is a
Houston.
beautiful venue here we got.
Eddie's got beer for you. Rich has got barbecue.
Barbecue. Yep.
And Eddie will share
Barbecue.
whatever he's coughing up.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's just respiratory. All right. See you in a bit.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Bye-bye. See you. Bye.
Richard Drake, everybody. Captain Crazy.
I'm drinking my sugar water here.
Cheers, sir.
Hey.
Hey.
Guys. Can you hear me?
We would like to say that this segment is brought to you by Renter's Warehouse and Angry Orchard.
A most delicious treat.
It is a very delicious treat. Summer, it's a very delicious treat.
I see your Astros hat. Are we going to sweep tonight?
I feel like we're going for the sweep tonight.
McCullers pitching tonight?
McCullers is pitching. I'm taking 8 people to the game on the 6th of August. Cannot wait.
Are we favored tonight? Or you not know?
Yeah, well, we're favored tonight. McCullers is almost unstoppable at home.
Yeah, he likes pitching at home a lot.
He
better
loves
than the road.
pitching at home.
He don't like the road.
So, Richie Rich,
How you doing?
I'm going to Cabo. This isn't. I love talking to Rich because you are, to me, the example of what a real estate investor gets to do when they set up a business system where they're not the business.
I mean, lazy and shiftless.
Which means if you want to be lazy and you want to travel and do stuff, your business keeps making money.
Yeah, I got good folks.
I think that's part of building a business.
Well, I read an interesting book, and if anybody wants to read it, it's called Built to Sell. Now, I'm not, Renter's Warehouse is not for sale, right? But the point of Built to Sell is if you want to build a job, that's easy, right? Self-employed, right? You have a job, you work for you is one thing. But if you want to have real value to that business, you can't be integral to that business, right? The more I'm required to be there, the less value that business has to sell on the market if you ever wanted to. So that was one of our goals with Renter's Warehouse, is to make sure that the folks that are running the business can do it without my direct supervision. I get quite a bit of input, of course, and that's probably more than they want. They want me to just get out of the way so they can get something done instead of me changing everything all the time. But that's a big thing to look at is, can this business run without me? And if not, you just have a job. You don't really have a company.
Do you see a lot of real estate investors that set themselves up like that?
Well, sure. And
you're really a value add to what you're talking about and the investor to be able to do.
You flipped houses for years, right?
Yes.
And I've flipped houses for 20 years.
And in fairness, I started out not flipping. I started out being over budget, remodeling my rental properties. That's when one of my partners said, you should really just flip, because I think you have more of a taste for flipping than,
because with rentals, you just got to get it to the neighborhood, to the quality of the comparables in the neighborhood, and get it rented.
Yeah.
But what I found, and what I think a lot of people realize, is scaling a home flipping business is extremely difficult.
Yes.
Like Elon Musk says, building a prototype's almost fun. Scaling production is incredibly difficult. Same thing with this. Buying, fixing, and selling houses is a lot of fun, and you can make good money at it. But if you're not there every day, try letting go of making offers with my money, letting Joe Blow make offers with my money on a trashed house in the hood, right? It's a difficult thing to let go of. Plus, it's certainly easy to get it out of control, where you got $2.5 million worth of hard money out and you don't have anything sold, right? So it's so difficult to scale that I think a lot of people think they're going to get into the flipping business and scale it, and they end up creating a 12-hour day job for themselves, which is fine because you can make great money doing it. But I think in the long run, if you want to build wealth, you've got to do something else.
I missed our friendship. So
it's still there.
I know, but I'm just saying,
hang out too much.
Yeah,
no one hangs out like they used to, though.
I know. But I want to go back to the place with that shitty Mexican restaurant with the badass salsa. Your favorite place to go to? Leela's.
Oh, salsa's good.
Salsa is damn good.
I can't be there any sooner than tomorrow morning. I'm busy until then.
Well,
let me know. I'll be there.
I'm traveling going to Cabo.
Okay.
Have you been to Cabo?
I have.
Where is your next vacation? Have you planned one yet?
So my next one is Isla Holbox.
Oh, that's the brand new hotspot just
North of Cancun.
Yeah, north of Cancun, Playa del Carmen
The great
area.
part is it's kind of still old Caribbean.
Yeah, it is.
And you got sun. It's so far on the northern edge. You got the sunset as well.
And I think that they only have like very few cars that drive.
Yeah, and
there.
I don't catch many sunrises, but sunset will be good. I'll enjoy that. Sunrise, I'm asleep. It's kind of a thing.
Gotcha.
Then my next one is we're cruising in Germany. So I'm going to Prague for a few days and then cruise from Germany to Budapest on the Viking. Well, that's a cool deal.
Viking cruise.
The Viking River cruise deal.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's where they get you. It's expensive, but food and excursions are all included. But here's where they messed up. 8-day cruise. If you have a meal, you're allowed to have a glass of wine or a beer.
Okay.
But other than that, you're paying cash for your drinks.
Okay.
Unless you get the all drink pass.
How much is the all drink pass?
8 days.
$100.
$150.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna hurt them the first day. They'll be behind on me. $150. What are they stupid? They don't know me.
Who doesn't have the all drink pass?
So my wife, she's like not a big fan of long flights. So I got to do freaking business class. So here's what I did, and you guys need to listen to this. I got 2 Chase Sapphire cards and 2 Capital One Venture cards. All 4 paid me 100,000 point bonus for signing up. So I have 400,000 points. I'll cover business flights. All you got to do is spend like, I don't know, $5,000 in the first 6 months or some silly amount like that.
First 3 months, $5,000.
Who cares? So just move some of my charges over there. Done. So I'll have 400,000 points. And I'll just buy the business flight. I don't mind being uncomfortable. How do you know somebody's a pilot? They'll tell you. Well, when I was flying in the Navy, I don't mind being uncomfortable for 6 or 12 hours. But she does, yeah.
So she'll sit first class?
Oh, we'll both be in business class. We'll just get seats next to each other. Yeah, she's getting I am. Come on.
Yeah. All right.
That won't be bad, though.
So what's going on in renters?
Upfront rent's doing great.
Okay.
Still paying people 12 months of rent up front if they want. We're still having quite a few folks sell their houses, which I think short-sighted. It's their home. Do what you want. But we're having a lot of them that'll say, hey, I want to sell the house. We're able to sell it to another one of our investors. You know, if you said you got a $230,000 house, maybe we get $215,000, sell it to an investor, but you don't have to move the tenant out. You don't have to do all the rehab. You don't have to put it on the market and sell it.
Is anyone willing to do a little owner finance?
Generally, if they're trying to get out of it and sell it,
they
don't
want all their
want
money.
Right. But it's pretty easy to get, financing right now. Is if I'm refinancing my personal house.
Oh yeah.
2 3/8.
2 3/8.
15-year out.
Okay. Nice. Cash.
How do you argue with that? Nah, I didn't get on.
You're gonna sit it in there, huh?
But I had a HELOC that was like 5.5%, so I rolled that in. That's the only reason.
Are you looking forward to tonight? Rich is going to be on stage, everybody. We're at Stampede Houston, right off of 59.
Didn't need to
The
get out
whole
here.
deal starts at 7.
The brisket is good. Have you tried
Brisket,
it?
yeah, I did. I had a plate of brisket. The coleslaw is to die for.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Who's catering right now?
Well, I don't remember the guy's name, but he does every time here. He's always the same guy.
Same guy
That's always here.
okay.
So the Stampede, that's their guy.
Wow,
He's a super.
That's
super guy.
amazing.
The brisket's good.
The brisket was fantastic.
I need to try the coleslaw now because I skipped it.
The coleslaw was they had just brought it out. Big tub of it. It is so good.
So tell me about Cabo. What's going on? Just a big group going or what?
No, just Ken and I are going. Kendra.
Yeah. Well, you'll never feel safer in Mexico than in Cabo. You don't want to know why?
Why?
Because the cartels own the whole city.
That's what you told me.
So no one's going to do anything to you because if someone hurts a tourist and messes up their deal, cartel will handle that.
So private transport or taxi from the airport to the resort?
Doesn't matter. But
Do you need to reserve it beforehand or
yeah,
can
do it beforehand.
Okay.
Probably.
My hotel wanted to charge me $280 for a van and $300 for
How many
a
people? For
Escalade.
2 people?
Just 2 of us.
Yeah, you get it for $100.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I found one that was $92 both ways.
That's
Escalade.
private.
Escalade. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. I would do that.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
I think it was called VIP Cabo
They're probably fine.
Transport or something like that.
Yeah, I think when they have a license, they're pretty legit.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy Cabo. You got to go to do the Cabo Wabo thing,
We're
Check that out.
We're going to the office. We're going to Sunset Mona Lisa.
Okay.
We land and then we're doing deep sea on Tuesday.
You know what's great about the fishing there?
Okay.
You're in like 2,000 feet of water, like while you're still in the freaking bay, in the dock. They're putting lines out as you're pulling out of the freaking thing.
That's what everybody said.
It's a cliff.
They say it looks like it's shallow, but it's not.
No.
All right, my next guest
Catch a marlin a
is.
mile offshore.
Hey, where did my guest go? Elijah, what are you doing? All right, my next
We
guest
don't really want Elijah.
is Elijah. Yeah,
Oh,
we
Lord.
kind of want Elijah.
He doesn't have a
All right,
headset. Does he
Elijah
want mine?
Randall with Fast Track is coming up. Richie Rich,
Enjoy
good job.
I got mine. Yeah, cool.
All right.
Take your
Come see us, guys. Hurry up.
your sippy cup. All right, bro. Elijah, how's it going?
Awesome.
Haven't seen you since Redneck
That's
Country
right.
Club.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
So how's business going?
It's going really
I've
good.
been watching y'all's videos.
You like them?
I do.
We
like
really
the
enjoyed it.
videos.
We really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the things that we've been feeling like is a good contribution.
It is
during
a
this
great
time.
contribution. It's really good. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I love. So, let me ask you this from a person who flips houses
Mhm.
and does building stuff
Mhm.
to another person who does building stuff. Who is the person walking in, moving the walls?
You mean who's deciding
In
what
your
needs to be moved?
brain, in your mind, it's me. When I walk in, I'm moving the wall. I'm okay. We're gonna open this up. We're gonna put this there. We're gonna put the. Who does that at Fast Track?
I'm typically the one that does that.
You're the creative guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
When it started with just experience,
Yeah.
and then it kind of, thank you so much, and then it went into like almost out of necessity.
That's straight vodka, everybody that's watching.
Occasionally out of necessity, because there are great designers out there.
Yeah.
Occasionally though, they don't think about the budget, and so it's good to have another set of opinions out there too that is thinking about how much things cost, not just the best for the space. So you have to merge those things together, as I see it.
Did it come to you naturally, or is it something where you have become better and better and better as the more you do it?
I don't know for sure, but I have felt like I've gotten better, at least
Yeah.
more comfortable with it, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And I think what helps with that is when your idea becomes kind of the best in the room enough times that you realize, hey, maybe I've got something to
Yeah,
contribute.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more of a value add than I
Right.
thought. Yeah.
Right. Because too many ideas can.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So I flipped this house. We set a market comp for the lady that I was working for, and she was challenging almost everything. And I said, hey, listen, would you walk up to Michael Jordan and tell him that he needed to change his shot? You kind of got someone who, like, you brought me into this for a reason. You got, and so, I mean, you know that, because I think you guys have set that expectation up early on with the client. Like, hey, we're good at what we do. The reason why Jet is lending us money up front so that you don't have to pay for it and be coming out of pocket constantly for the draws. You guys are the certificate of deposit for the investor. That's the way I look at it.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that. So I think too, that confidence translates to people feeling more comfortable too when you come in and you're confident of what you offer. And I think it's good that people understand a lot of the costs associated with things, but also the potential of a home. There are times when I walk in and people don't see what I can see, like as you mentioned, when you walk in, and they think, oh no, this is just a trash, bad layout. It needs a ton. And then you say, well, what if we just move this one wall and reopen the entry over here? And they say, wow, That would work.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And so you do that enough times. And then I would just say, so then am I more expert at that or more experienced at that? You know, it's probably more on the experience side.
So talk to me about the turnaround time. What should someone expect for a full scale, like a 1950s? They've got galvanized pipe, you know, old electrical panel needs to be redone. What is your turnaround from I've got the job, I've got the permits, now when am I getting the keys back complete?
Yeah, I mean, if it's a pretty significant job.
Pretty significant.
Yeah, let's say $30 square foot maybe job or something like that, where there's a lot being touched. Typically, that would be 5-6 weeks for us. So start to finish.
Okay, so I want to tell everybody something because I think that this is great. You might be able to find something at $20 a square foot, but it's going to take that guy 3 months. And by the time you back in those 2 months of interest, you're back into paying Elijah for just getting it to you in 5 weeks.
We've had a lot of people say that. Yeah.
I have a phrase. You can steal it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I think I respect you guys so much because y'all do such good work. So I'm going to share this one with you.
Okay.
I always tell people quality costs less. You do it once, you do it right, and you do it detailed, you're going to pay a whole lot less than if I have to redo someone else's bullshit.
I think the sad thing that I see occasionally when I'm out there and people are trying to take over a house that the contractor bailed on, or when they had someone that wasn't doing a good job and they fired, it is sad to watch how things were done out of order, weren't done properly. Next thing you know, not only is the timeline issue because you're now having to reset, redo, do with another contractor, but you also now have the issue of the lost money because you have to redo things. Things have to be undone.
Are you guys doing any new construction? Last time I talked with you when we ran into each other,
I told you personally I was maybe interested.
Yeah, you told me.
And we did do one that was almost completely new. It was just that the shell, it was like a garage that they had made, a 1,500 square foot garage for some reason. And it was all open inside and we just made it into a full house. Okay, so that was the closest I personally have gotten at this point. A lot of my team has done new builds. But
what's stopping you from doing new construction? You have such a great process.
It's not something I wanted to initially dabble in for clients. I think that's why I wanted to do it on my own. And then I had I bought a lot. I was going to do it. And then there was a lot of soil issues. So we just put it on the market while we were working those out. And it sold higher than we were anticipating. So we just got rid of it, right? Right. So these are the things. But I'm still shopping for that. And interested. But what I always want to do is make sure that I can guarantee the product before I start.
Well, I'm going to talk to you later because I have an idea for one. I want to tell everybody, even on the podcast, this is the most fun that I get to have, and I also think this is how you know that you're with good people. Whenever you're able to respect another person for what they do, like I would have this guy walk my jobs to tell me his insight on what he sees. But it's so cool to talk to somebody who actually is really good at what they do. And I think you guys kick ass, man. Thanks. You guys are awesome.
And I would like your input if I were going to do the new builds too, because I know you guys have been such.
I have an idea for you.
Okay.
I do. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so glad you were here, man. I love this stuff. So you have anything new going on? Anything new and exciting? This new program? Any?
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to roll out some new things. For instance, we had primarily been just investor only in our company. And a slow rollout, a quiet rollout a little while back, we started doing for retail clients, meaning the ones that are going to be living in the home afterward, right? Awesome. And the way we did it was we just only required that it was vacant when we did the work. So this is great for people that want to move into the home prior.
Tell people why you need it to be vacant. Okay. This is super important.
There's a lot to talk about on that, but let's just summarize. Okay, so summary. Number one, people get more impatient the more they have to live around that environment. And then they don't even like they don't even begin to be as excited about it before it's finished, right?
Right.
Second, it's very difficult to work around people's things in general.
Yeah.
And then they're already out of sorts. Where is that? Where'd my thing go? And then it's under plastic somewhere on the other side of the home.
Right.
Not to mention too that when you're having to protect a lot of areas, you don't go as fast. So I would say speed, having to be more careful, and then the impatience that happens.
It takes your whole business model and what y'all are good at. It takes y'all and makes Elijah. Well, you did his house for 5 weeks. Why is it taking 12 on mine?
Right.
Well, Cindy.
It's because your little Johnny was sick,
Yeah.
and you didn't want to be around the whatever that day.
Yeah.
So, can you not bang so hard on?
Oh my gosh.
That kind of thing.
Can your guys not listen to their Mexican music today? Yeah. No, sorry. We're going to be listening to music. There's energy at the job site.
That's right.
Yeah. You know how important that is.
Absolutely. Yeah. What do they got to look forward to? Another job, right?
Yeah.
So they've got to be able to enjoy what they do, 100%.
Okay. So tell everybody real quickly about how tough it's been keeping and finding good labor.
We've
today.
been super blessed with this,
Okay.
seriously, because we haven't lost anybody. I mean, the only times that we've ever had anybody go, it's when they didn't follow what we thought was the highest end, and so we let them go. But even then, the job finished well. It just, we have a pretty strong communication we require from people when we're doing the jobs with these guys. But most of them have been with us over 5 years. We lost maybe 2 painters during Harvey, and then they came back 3 months later. We're like, no, we want consistent work. We want to work with you. And so we've been very blessed with that. A lot of great people.
My man, you're incredible.
Hey, thank you.
Keep
You
kicking
too.
ass. I can't wait to see you
Let's
up on
see it.
stage. He's going to be up on stage. We're at Stampede Houston off of 59,
It's an
everybody.
amazing venue. Come on
7
out.
p.m. tonight.
Great.
All right. Next up, I've got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. California Investment, also known as the captain of Surfside Beach.
No, that's not mine. That's Jason's.
Okay.
Port Aransas, Texas Riviera.
Okay. The Texas Riviera.
Texas
Creed.
Riviera, absolutely.
It's Rob.
How you doing,
up?
brother?
How are you?
Good.
Yeah?
Yep.
What's going on?
Big week for us. It's Mastermind Week, so this is every quarter,
Okay.
and all the folks coming into the building, and we're gonna, work on about 2.5 days of tweaking the portfolio, getting over some fears, figuring some things out, understanding what has happened in the market in the last 90 days, and then going forth and buying properties and creating wealth.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you feel like is your biggest value add to an investor?
Coming into the mastermind, we'll talk about 2 things. Coming into the mastermind
Yeah.
or just passive. On the coming into the mastermind, it's the supply chain.
Ooh.
So we really sort of work with them on every step, right? And we, the first thing we do is we typically prep them and make sure they have the LLCs and they have the right tax structure in mind, and then we go out and find properties for them.
So you mean that I actually have to pay taxes and be a real estate investor?
Well, if you're good, you'll pay the same as Mitt Romney, about 13% gross
Okay.
adjusted, right?
This is good.
Yeah, like last year, my adjusted tax rate was 16%
That's
because
great.
of real estate.
Yeah.
And the year before that was 13, so it's because of real estate.
So if you're paying more than 16%, you probably could take the money that you are making
Absolutely.
and just take that money and you put it over to Mr. Texas.
It frees up cash, yeah.
You can put that money into Mr. Texas and you'll wash that away the first year.
So our exactly. So usually after the first deal, everyone's made their money back, right? We talk about it all the time. There's 5 ways to make money in real estate. And you can call it whatever you want. You can relabel it and put a shiny coat of paint on it. But the 3 that we focus in on for the mastermind are cash flow, appreciation,
Equity capture.
extra capture, and depreciation.
Okay.
Right? And depending on how big your portfolio is, there's ways to take advantage of things that the federal government allows you to do to accelerate that depreciation so that you can, as we just discussed, free up more capital to go buy more property.
And right now, interest rates are so low.
Yeah, there's just no reason not to be building your portfolio this time, other than you don't have a acquisition strategy. And that hurts a lot of people. They're still stuck in 2017 and 2018 and how they're buying houses, and they're still looking for wholesalers who aren't bringing any deals, right? So,
or they may be bringing deals, but the only deal is for them.
well, here's the thing. You know, as you mentioned, as in California, about 10 years ago, and in 2013, the Southern California marketplace appreciated 35% over 13 months. And at the end of that 13 months, I was lucky enough to be around investors that flourished for the next 24 months. And so I understand the strategies on what we're buying in a seller's market. There's not a lot of guru classes, education out there that really teaches about a seller's market. Everyone can teach you how to buy when there's distressed properties and there's foreclosure. That's easy. It's how do you make deals now, right? And so that's one, I would say, back to your original question. What's
that is another huge value add.
Here, you're in the mastermind. It's like, hey, man, here's a 3-unit. We got it with about 11% equity in it right now, but based on what we think is going to happen in the next year.
But Rob, 11% is not that much.
Well, it's going to cash flow. It's going to produce tax savings.
Oh, wow.
So all of a sudden, you're very, very happy with our deal. You're walking into a deal that already has, I don't know, $40,000 equity in it.
Yeah.
And so on every metric, cash flow, equity capture, or tax savings, it's a win. And so that's what we really do. We're finding the deal. And then from there, we can hook them up with contractors. I have a construction business. We have other contractors we work with. We have someone in our office who does nothing but look for the cheapest and best terms on money every single day. Now, whether that's going to be jet lending on the hard money side or a hedge fund out of New York City, you know, we're out there constantly in the loop on the Zoom calls, finding out, hey, this term just flipped. Right now, they'll do it on DSCR, right, which is debt service coverage ratio, which nobody was doing. But now all of a sudden, the primary driver on that underwriter for that mortgage is the DSCR, and on our deals, our DSCR.
Why was no one doing that?
Because the end buyer wasn't feeling safe about it, right? So, you know, the mortgage business, the hard money business, it's all paper, right? It's all trading notes. And at some point, someone is the last person who buys it, right. And that last person wants to feel safe because they're buying it so low, right? Sell it at 12% retail, wholesale it out to a guy at 8%. He takes it and sells it at 5%, and maybe that 5% turns it over to an insurance company or a pension fund at 2.5%, 3%. But if they're going to buy it, they want to be really, really secure in their investment. And so they wanted to see equity. They wanted to see the strength of the borrower. But what has happened in the last year is there's so much capital in the market that now we got to place money, right? Like the guys that have all the money that we deal with, they're not in this room tonight, right? They don't come to these events, right? But they work with guys like Eddie and Johnny and say, hey, let me look at your paper. Let's figure this stuff out. Or they're the next step after that. They're like, hey, we've got to push capital out to the street because we're sitting on so much of it. So, you know, there's a big meeting and someone says, what do you think the number one holdup is? And someone will say, we think it can be secured by debt service coverage ratio and we shouldn't be looking at X. And they'll say, okay, let's go ahead and put $500 million on the street under that criteria. And then what happens is people write it up. By Monday, there's a 2:30 Zoom call with folks like we have in our office who sit on that Zoom call, and that information distills down. And then we're like, hey, let all the mastermind members, hey, we got this new product out there. You guys should go look at it because this is going to work for you, and you. We know what you're looking at. And then, 90 days later, it's gone.
It is. It's a pipeline. That's the value add, is that there are someone sitting in the office looking for deals. There's someone in the office helping you fund the deals. There's someone in the office helping you fix the deal.
Yes.
There's someone in the office helping you to cash flow the deal.
Yes.
Property manage.
Yes.
Airbnb.
Yes.
I want to go to commercial, Rob.
Let's go.
Multi-tenant.
Right.
I mean,
so
what don't you cover that you wish that you could?
See,
I tricked you.
Title.
No, I'm sure you're going to figure that out.
We're not too far away. But the other thing we do is, we have our own insurance pool for the mastermind folks, right? And so we take a tiny, tiny, tiny little commission and kick the other 20% out as savings. So because our mastermind folks are buying so many properties, we've started our own insurance pool for them. And we're able to save 15% on what they would normally get quoted on insurance policies. So we have insurance as well.
Wow. That's really cool.
Well, it's how much blood can we squeeze out of this this concrete, drywall, and wood product, right? And that's what we're doing. We want to maximize
Well, there's a lot of trickle down that happens.
Oh, at least 23% on your deal gets spread out to someone else. Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot of money.
Yep.
And typically people are just backloading it onto the end of your deal.
I know. Yeah.
If you buy deep enough, they are backing it.
When we look at that process, that's sort of the supply chain, if you will, of how you go from wanting to buy a rental property to actually owning, managing a prep. We look all the steps along the way. And we said, where can we save our mastermind members money? And if it means we have to get into that business, then we're going to do it. And that's what we looked at.
So where are people finding you at right now? Besides the meetings,
we're online. Go to YouTube. It's the Texas Real Estate Radio Network, Mr. Texas Real Estate. We have our Facebook. You can find us there, Mr. Texas Real Estate. And if you want to come tomorrow night, we have a mastermind preview. So if you guys are watching at home, you're interested in the mastermind preview, we're going to be at our building at 5295 Hollister, 77040. And come on by, and we're going to go through just everything we talked about. 7 to 8:30.
Okay.
Yep, 7 o'clock at night to 8:30, and we're going to just expand on everything we just talked about. So, that's a big week.
What do they need to bring with them if they want to do the deal? Well, and can they sign up immediately, or is there a process they got to go through?
No, we feel pretty comfortable if you just. Here's the 3 criteria.
Yeah.
And this is, we have. We want folks to be making 6 figures or more a year, right? We want them to have a 700 FICO or better, and they have to have capital to deploy, right? They got to have at least $50,000 ready to go out into the market to buy properties. And if you have that, then you're welcome. You can come in. If you don't have that, you're going to be insanely frustrated in our program, and you're not going to like it.
The capital outlay requirement to do this is how much?
This month we're doing a special. We're doing $5,000 off for the next 2 years, so it's going to be $10,000 this month, and then $10,000 this year, and then next year we're going from $7,500 down to $5,000. So it'll be year 1 $10,000, year 2 $5,000.
And then how many years do they keep paying?
They go to 4 years, so it's 10, 5, 5, 2,500, and then it's free thereafter. We also have a referral program. If you bring people in, we'll cut off the last year for you. So we already have people in it for life because they just referred enough people.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they've made their money back.
Yeah, and we're, we just want to keep the lights on, and we want to add some sort of number that it's, you can't do real estate for no money.
You can't. Well,
you can't. It's too hard.
No, you can't add value for no money.
Yeah, that's right.
Rob doesn't get paid by the hour. He gets paid by the value he brings to the hour.
And we're on a mission to create 250 real estate millionaires over the next 5 years. That's our goal.
That's good shit.
Thanks,
man.
Curtis.
Well, I appreciate you. 5925 Hollister tomorrow night between 7 and 8:30.
Text 281-401-9008. You see that in a lot of T-shirts tonight. 281-401-9008. Text me with any information you want. We'll get in touch with you.
All right.
Thanks,
Good job, brother.
Take care.
All right, next up is the old man himself, the cash of Johnny.
What's up, dog?
I get a what's up, dog.
Yeah, how you doing?
So since I talked to you last, the Bulldogs won.
National champs, brother.
National champs.
I was there the whole 2 weeks. Me and my son never left.
Yeah?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. This is what real estate affords you.
Hey, you had to sell a lot of houses for that 2 weeks. It was expensive as hell.
Really?
Well, we stayed where the team was.
Okay.
That's right by the stadium.
Right, because I saw a couple pictures that y'all had with players down in the lobby.
And then once we kept winning, I mean, we got 25,000 people showing up at the game. So the ticket prices went from $100 a ticket to $500, $600, $700 a ticket to get in the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. Because you were getting scalped, or because you?
No, you couldn't get it. All the tickets are sold out.
Oh my gosh.
And so when they found out, once we made it to the finals, they know, well, hell, Mississippi State's bringing another 20,000. There was probably 40,000 Mississippi State fans there, and the stadium only seats 25.
So where did everybody go?
Well, they're in the bars watching.
Right,
they couldn't
right.
even get in. You had to pay $500, $600, $700 a ticket to get in there, especially if you want a good seat.
Yeah, they just wanted to be close enough.
Yep. So, but it was a great experience. I mean, I've been there many times. We've just never won it, and I'm glad I was there.
Yeah, it was a once in a lifetime deal,
Yes,
right?
it was.
Yeah. What do you think about our good old Astros?
I think we're okay. I think we're in good shape.
Yeah.
I think we got a chance to. I think we got a chance to win it. You know.
Yeah.
So, we need to get our cut that off. We need to get Bregman back. That would help.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but I think overall, I think we're playing pretty good ball
How do you think this looks tonight?
tonight.
Yeah, I think that this panel that you're on is going to be fucking awesome.
Well, it's going to be great information. I mean, we got some good guys up there that actually know what's happening out there. So hopefully we get some participation too for people that are trying to learn and figure out what's their next step. You know, the whole key to this whole thing we put on, yeah, it's a lot of fun. We get to drink a bunch of beer, a Miller Lite if your preference. But that's my shout out to my boy John Gidros. And the other thing is, God, you can learn a bunch of stuff. You can have some fun. That's the whole purpose of doing this. And then-
Absolutely.
and building a team. I mean, you see where our vendors are here. These are great team guys. These are guys we do business with, you do business with. That's helped make us successful, make you successful. And those are the things that you got to have.
I just got finished interviewing Elijah, and I told him the most fun that I have is interviewing another remodeler builder.
Right.
Because, first of all, I told this to someone yesterday, in Houston, it's unlike any other marketplace.
Right.
Because it's like, hey, I know a secret. Let me share it with you so you
Right.
can have the secret too.
Right.
In other markets, I feel like everybody's kind of like, I know a secret. I don't want you to know the secret.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I agree with
And
that.
everybody here is kind of like, hey, we all know the secret.
Yeah.
Let's all be successful
Well,
together.
you're in a big enough place too, and we'll talk about it on the panel tonight because, you know, I got people that call me up. Look, I can't find a deal. It's too hard. Well, they're not trying. You know, I mean, they're out there. It doesn't matter.
Why are they calling you, telling you that it's hard? You know what I would have said? You need to hang up the phone and call some agents.
That's right. You know, there's deals out there. Okay. And
Okay, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Let's go through this right now for the people who are watching.
Okay.
You're going to give away that people can find a deal, not on MLS. I'll give away that I think people can go and not find and find a deal on MLS. What's
not find a deal on MLS?
To find a
Oh, to
deal
find a
that's
deal?
not on MLS. What's a way?
Well, hey, you can go back to your basics and
Yeah.
drive a neighborhood.
Okay, drive a
Just
neighborhood.
drive a neighborhood and put door hangers on a door.
Door hangers.
Yeah.
Look for tall grass.
Look for a tall grass or
deferred maintenance.
look for deferred maintenance or look for vacant properties. You don't have to go. You can go do the research on a vacant property. Go knock on the doors next to the people that live to that piece of. You know what? They may have a lot of deferred maintenance. They're ready to move out of there, and they would sell you their house, but they don't think they can sell it in the current condition it's in. They don't understand there's investors out there.
Or some
if they
people
have equity, they can sell it and take that equity and go move to a better neighborhood.
And the biggest reason why people don't want to list a property
Right.
is because they don't want people walking through their shit.
Agreed.
It's ugly. They're embarrassed.
Yeah.
They don't want people to see it.
Well, especially if they're elderly, you know, they don't take well to strangers and things coming in. And that was our biggest thing when we were buying a lot more houses and flipping them. I mean, you know, we bought the elderly people. If you could make them a decent offer where the numbers still had to make sense and you explain, you know, you're an investor. You're not trying to steal their property. You're trying to help them get out of it. take their money and go do something else with it, and just show them what the true numbers are and what it would cost them for all the showings and the invasion of privacy, and you got to do repairs too and different things. And before you knew it, that they thought, well, you're making $60,000 off this deal. Well, all you had to do was show them that $60,000 was really a net of about $20,000 after all the inconvenience they had, the time frame it was going to take them to get their money. They may have to put some more money in it and different things. And they're like, oh, well, that's not big of a difference, which makes sense.
Can I give you one?
Yeah.
Okay. This is my gold nugget for everybody that wants one. I don't really share this. I only share it whenever I do a speaking engagement. I call bail bonds places, asking for people who have skipped bail and they put their house up.
Yeah.
Most of these bail bonds places, they need some place to offload.
Good idea. Never thought of that.
Okay.
See, I learned something just for showing up tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I've learned so much from you. I've learned what beer not to drink. I've learned. You know what I miss?
What?
Running into
Where were you on our fishing trip this week?
Oh, don't you even start with me. Don't you even start with me. I would have been there.
You didn't get an invite? I heard you declined or you didn't reply back.
Alex Buriak.
What happened?
That is a lie.
No, I'm asking.
I did not. I was so jealous. I was so jealous.
Well, seriously though, what happened? I mean, for some reason,
I tell you.
No, for some reason they cut us back on the boat. We didn't get to take near as many as we usually.
Yeah, no, I would have loved to have gone.
It was a fun trip. Yeah. We'll have to talk about it off air because I don't want to embarrass some of the weenies that got sick.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to Cabo next week, deep sea fishing on Tuesday. What is something? Give me a tip for going over there. What do I need to do before my deep sea fishing trip so I don't get sick?
I've been lucky. I've never gotten sick, but I still take a Dramamine the night before I go to bed.
A Dramamine before you go to bed. Drowsy.
Yep.
And then do you take a non-drowsy?
No, I just whatever it is. It doesn't matter if it's drowsy or non-drowsy. And then the next morning, before I get on the boat, I take another.
And you're not tired the next day? Okay.
No. That's what I've always done. Yeah. I don't know if it's helped or not helped. I've been lucky, you know.
We're taking we're going to take a non-drowsy Dramamine.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and there's other things you can do that other people do, but you know, from what I always hear, just you want to look at the horizon. I mean, it was rough. This was one of our rougher deals. I would say it was 5 and 6 foot seas out there.
Oh my!
I mean, going out, we could not go out normal speed we do. We would have to slow down and hit big waves.
Yeah.
And then once we got out there, which we slow about halfway, we do some top water, king fishing and different stuff. And then, but once we get deep enough out there, 40 miles, you're sitting there going after snapper, and that boat is almost like sideways on a big, and you're like, I mean, you're so sore the next day because you're holding on to rails and you're using muscles that you hadn't used in a while. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you drink a lot of beer, and that's my secret. I popped my first beer at 5:45 as we're pulling out because you know why I did that?
No.
Because I've done it every time and I've never gotten sick. So I didn't drink 20 beers before we got out there, but I drank 2 or 3 on the way out, and then once you get out fishing, then they go down a little better.
I talked with Eddie about that, and I said, I said, man, I'm super jealous. And Eddie was like, well, you want to know something? I didn't even get to go. And he told the whole story about how he got sick.
He got sick.
It was.
He tried to go.
Yeah.
He went down. He spent the night with us at the beach house. He got up. He's coughing all during the night. And I woke him up about 4 o'clock. I said, you want to go? He goes, no, I would be miserable out there. I said, okay, well, then that's cool. We can handle it. We did. So there was an extra spot, but we wasn't gonna. We should have thought about you when he said that night. But Alex told me he didn't reply to the email. That's all I heard.
So everybody, want to thank you guys for all hanging with us tonight. This was the July episode of the Investor Game Day podcast.
That's right.
My good friend Johnny Hayes. Why I love Johnny is because Johnny is another reason why you get into real estate investing, so you can do your passion.
That's right.
Real estate real estate
real
is the
estate's a lot
vehicle
of fun,
to get
too.
you to go to do the things you love.
Yeah, and it's just like I had this conversation with both my kids that graduate college. I said, look, I've been lucky. The two main jobs I've done in my lifetime, I've enjoyed them. You enjoy getting up, going, do it, and real estate's a fun business to be.
And you get to watch a lot of people grow. I've known you for 10, 12 years. I spoke at one of your events a long time ago.
Yeah.
And remember meeting you the very first time eating hot dogs at
SRO over there off of Northwest Mall.
Northwest Mall. So we go a long ways back.
That was dollar beer and dollar hot dogs.
I couldn't rub two nickels together to save my life back then.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean,
And now you're up to quarters.
now we got 2 quarters to rub together.
Congrats.
Thank you.
It's been a good ride. Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going.
Things are going good. There's
Absolutely.
deals out there to be done. I mean, we're still loaning money.
We
loaning
just
money.
gave them 2 ways.
I know.
Drive for them damn dollars.
Hey.
Knock on them damn doors.
Hey.
Call agents.
Hey.
Call Bell Bonds Place. Get creative.
Hey, I can't tell you. Here's another deal. Real quick before we get off. I bet I've closed 3 loans in Ubers. Because I asked an Uber driver, what do you do for a living? He goes, oh, I'm a preacher. He goes, what do you do? I said, oh, I loan money, real estate investor. Oh, man, I've always wanted to get into that. Well, here's my card. Give me a call. We'll go over everything, and I'll see if I can't help you.
There you go. ABC always be closing.
Never know.
Johnny Hayes, ladies and
All right,
gentlemen.
man, thank you.
All right. I'm out.